Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the not-so-harrowing world of Frostpunk 2. That's right, things are going our way here in the city of New London, at least for right now. We're sitting on some tasty surpluses. We have an excess of goods, materials, food, and housing, a little shortfall of oil, but we have enough to last us 97 weeks in the stockpile, so I'm not too worried about it right now. The political landscape is also pretty healthy. The Pilgrims don't really like us that much, but there's not too many of them. Meanwhile, the Frostlanders, who make up the majority of the city actually, with the 47%, absolutely love us right now, as do the Stalwarts, our sort of radicalized guys that we're sort of backing. They're currently holding a rally here. I forgot to mention, we can actually zoom in and actually even check it out. This guy waving his flag up here, he's loving life. Down there, they're disparaging their political opponents and trying to get more people to their cause. I was looking in between episodes at that event, wondering if the extra workforce that we got, was it to do with the rally or not. It was. It said it right there in the event. And if we check our workforce up here, it says it's marginally increased by rallies right now. The overall percentage of population that are part of the workforce, which is 69.4. It was 66 before. Or sorry, not 66. It was 63. We gained 6%. It says marginally increased. 6% seems pretty large to me, actually, considering the amount of workforce you get, which is a little dangerous because it means if that rally goes away, I guess we lose the workforce, right? You would assume. So, gotta maybe figure that one out, but other than that, things are pretty good. Now, things aren't as good as they might necessarily seem. We do have a surplus of food, plus 32, but food is running out rapido. Over at the fishing village, this is where we bring in a surplus of 100 food. Right? We've only got 900 remaining on the deposit, which means 9 days of food is left before it's going to run out, and we go into a negative for food. We also don't really have a stockpile of it. We got a little one, but not much. It's going to be eaten away very, very quickly indeed. So we really do need to get on top of food immediately. So in looking through the idea tree, I think I'm going to go into hothouses. Now, we've got two options to go with, a Biowaste hothouse or a chemical hothouse. Kind of moving away from the chemicals as tasty as they can be. It just seems like more could go wrong with that. Also, it's just not quite as efficient. 300 workers in, 50 food out, which I guess is good, but the 40 heat demand is something I don't like. Increase of squalor as well. Whereas, if we go with the Pilgrims, who don't really like this right now, we can kill two birds with one stone and make them happier. Obviously, we'll probably make the Stalwarts a little less happy, but it's less heat demand. It doesn't have a squalor to disease, it just goes straight for disease, so we can maybe tackle that a bit more head-on. Increased food output overall, which is our problem, and they all contribute to the unlocking of excessive fertilization district ability, if we really need to push them for more. So only 50 heat stamps, 10 weeks, let's go. And then we'll build some hot houses. Now, the current situation is that we are building a logistics district over here to get some more Frostland teams, and the plan is to add in an additional building here, the automated logistics bay, to get even more teams if we can. It all depends on the workforce, but as mentioned, we have a good healthy amount of workforce right now thanks to the rallies, so hopefully we're all good there. We're currently frost breaking in anticipation of getting more population, but like I said, things are actually pretty stable. We're 50% of the way to the next census, and the temperature's not going to drop anytime soon, so I don't foresee any reasons that our economy is going to go out of whack. We are currently exploring the gorge, and we've only just reached it, so it's going to take a little while longer. And in looking around the map, I've decided that we're going to go to the Howling Shore, because it's the only one we can go to. Oh, no, we can't. What am I saying? It takes 20. How many we got? Right. Okay, we'll have to just wait until that building gets done. I might have been factoring in the extra teams we get. Now, the other place I was thinking of going... Actually, you know what we could do while we have these 10 teams? Is turn this on. And we're going to send the 250 coal to the Dreadnought. So if we have a look at the Dreadnought very quickly, which I can't seem to go to like this for some reason. We'll just hop down in here. Things are really good, right? We were actually lowering our coal a moment ago, but now we're gaining. It's as easy as that. Just toggle it on or off. 10 Frostland teams will bring in coal basically if they need it here. This place is pretty much set it and forget it for now, right? Food surplus is good, materials, goods. They're not storing anything, but they're breaking even. So that's as good as I can kind of hope for now. And I think that's pretty much it. You know, there's some things on the Frostland that we can kind of interact with if we want to get even more people to, well, what's the word, like join our settlement and stuff, but it just depends if you want to upset the balance right now. Right now, with the food problems, I'm okay with leaving things as is. However, crime is notable, but it is stable. Notable is actually kind of high for me, so want to lower that. So the stalwarts can mobilize enforcers to increase the amount of guard squads we have, which does lower crime, although 5 probably won't do that much. And then there's a cooldown on this, now for 52 weeks. It wouldn't tell me the cooldown in the previous episode, but on loading the game, it did. So 207, every time we do that, more people do join their faction, so that's also something to kind of consider. The other thing I feel like doing is just shaking these guys down. They're, frankly, too happy right now, so let's raise some funds. 520, wow. Now, while we have the extra workforce and the extra heat stamps, it's a good time to do some frost breaking. A problem that we have is that the material district here, it's going to run out in 21 weeks. Now, we make 206 material surplus, it provides 202. We'll still actually be in a surplus when it goes offline, but I'd rather just, you know, prepare for the worst and get it ready while we have the workforce. And as well as that, we have 2 food districts out here, which we'll throw hothouses into, but going to expand to get on top of that. And make our way out to the next deposit as well. Alright, I think I played my hand yet again. Actually, I've got one more little trick up my sleeve. This particular food district, we can expand. 3 tiles straight out to the infinite supply. And there's a weird graphical thing there, but I'm sure that's fine, I hope. Alright, is that it? We also have a material district here that isn't even at full capacity right now. Not that it needs to be, but while we have the workforce, you might as well just smash it and get as many materials as we can in. Coal is disabled right now because it doesn't need to be active, and that's it. Let's let time play. The very last thing would be laws. I don't need a deposit for this, but we can't do anything for 6 weeks. However, I looked at a law that allows us to get more food out of our... Actually, I think it lowers hunger. It's either lowering hunger or it produces more food. One or the other. Either way, we're going to activate that. It's a law that the Frostlanders quite like, so that'll also help them. It might be Pilgrims actually thinking about it. Oh, alright, so we'll just speed up time a little. Oh, there we go. Fishing village depleted. There goes our food. It's going to last us 4 weeks at the current rate before it goes into the negative proper. Negative 68 as well. But we are expanding food right here. Alright. Negative 55. A district expansion is really quick compared to a full district building, which I guess makes sense. And the frost breaking is done out here. We could build a whole new district, although I don't know if I'll be able to man it just yet. And the frost breaking is ready over there as well. Tempting to just build housing while we have workforce and stuff and just get ready for that. So let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know what? In order to make this even better, let's just expand it further. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I want to say. So I think that's 1, 2, 3 pips from being wrapped around this district, and then 3 down here. Maybe it gives you the bonus. Let's see if that will work. Alright. Got our new oil generator upgraded and ready to go. It's getting thicker. And I love checking in on the little rally that we've got going on. Alright, as soon as that district... So we got 5 teams back from the depletion of the other place. So we'll see when this fills up. We should get 10, is it? Or maybe 20? I think actually we'll get 20 because you get 15, right? Boom. Alright, so with 20, now we can go up to the north, to the Howling Shore. 20 teams, possible food, steam cores. The rugged shore is exposed to hurricane-force winds that pick up speed over the sea. It's been rarely visited since the Great Storm. The scouts fear it. They tell stories of people driven mad by the howling among the ice and rocks. Alright, it's going to take 17 weeks to chart it. That's quite a long time. Godspeed to the teams. Now, the other thing I want to do, automated logistics bay. That's another 15 teams. Let's get it in there. A lot of workforce, but I think it's worth it. Alright, we want to check back over in here. I don't want them really filling this up completely. Yeah, there's totally full now. So every time they fill, I have to basically say, okay, turn this off, because that's not going anywhere, right? So just turn it off. So that gives us 10 teams back. Now, I think there was... Let's check. There we go. 10 teams are required out here. The graveyard. Probably due to an unknown sea current. This area is full of old shipwrecks, ground into mangled remains by tons of sea ice. It's a dangerous place where few dare to tread. Let's go. Now, I wonder, as we go further out, will the threat level increase again? And do we need to add another one of those buildings to lower it? There is also a technology that lowers it. Also, there's still the big batch of oil that we can get from there. Alright, is there anything I'm forgetting? We could start to build that extraction district in anticipation of this one running out. So maybe 1, 2, 3 there. So that's extra heat. Oh yeah, nice. Then we could do a nice little expansion to get those other bits there. Good. We don't have to operate it straight away. We could just turn it on when this one runs out. And also, I've been thinking that it might be better just to not dismantle districts, right? Just instead we could put a building in it or something. Because it's not consuming any heat. And if it's not active, it won't be using any materials either. It'll just be a district. But removing it entirely loses bonuses between them, I think. So I'm still trying to figure that out. Like, what the hell? The temperature's the same. A rallying stalwarts propose ideas. Stuart, the stalwarts have extended their rallies to a new district. During the most recent event, they announced an idea regarding worker shifts. They drafted a new law on their own, machine-centric shifts, and now present it to the city. We've done the work. All the steward has to do is put it to the vote. They call on you to pledge your support for their law. Pledge to pass machine-centric shifts. To put less pressure on workers, workplaces must keep machines powered around the clock and adjust working hours accordingly. Pledge to pass this. So I remember briefly from the beta, I can't remember if I went with this or something similar, but I remember like we ended up putting machines in workplaces and people went nuts when we did that. So I would probably stay clear from that. Workforce requirement is decreased and squalor is increased. Disregard the study. We can act on it later. Okay. Yeah, it's an idea, right? So we can still pass that law. Yeah, there it is. So it just sits there. That's fine. Totally fine. They're not annoyed that I said no to it right now. So that's totally fine by me. We can get to it later. Now, what was this? An old enemy. Incoming whiteout. Oh dear. I hope it's not that missing. We'll have to check. Stuart, it's only a matter of time. It was only a matter of time. We had an unusually long streak of mild weather, but now meteorologists are clear. There's a familiar drop in air pressure at higher altitudes. A whiteout is coming. The wind will cause extreme cold and the clouds will blot out the sun, impacting our food production. Without shelter, ample fuel, and a stockpile of food, our people will be at mortal risk. We have to prepare. Heat demand will greatly increase during the whiteout and food production will be significantly lowered. Alright. Boom.
Weather warning. Whiteout signs detected. Start preparation without delay.
I'm scared because if it happens... See, there's a missing icon here at the 200 mark. Or it looks like that. And if that's where the whiteout happens... Because I'm looking at the tooltip, right? The icon for whiteout. I don't see it along the timeline. But that seems soon, doesn't it? That's like telling... Well, it might feel soon, but maybe it's just because it was on the timeline. And the event is just telling you, like, right before it happens. So I feel like I'm screwed if this happens now. Because we, frankly, just don't have the food ready yet. We're 62% on the Biowaste hothouses. We haven't stockpiled any, so I don't know. We might be going from an amazing situation to a horrific one. Like, super quick. We've also gained back 15 teams. Have they finished in the gorge? Oh, no, sorry. We put that extra building in. Is there anywhere we can go now? Well, that was a coincidence. That one has 10 available. This one's 10 available. They're both called Valley. So steam cores and prefabs, or materials cores and prefabs. The mountains requires 20. We don't have that right now. The meadow, 20. I didn't really factor in the fact that we didn't get these so quickly. High pass. Yeah. Okay, we'll just go to Valley then. Years ago, this valley was staging area of great expedition mounted by one of the New London citizens. Many traveled here on a joint effort. And this one... Abandoned Imperial Exploration Company equipment in this valley, and Captain ordered an expedition here. The whiteout years forced us to withdraw from here a long time ago. See, I don't need cores yet, so I'll just go with this one. There's potentially cores here anyway. Alright, we've got a lot of expeditions on the go. How's our law situation? So we can do a new law now. So the one I was looking into was survival, food additives, foraging additives, or foraged additives. Only natural foraged ingredients may be added to food. We'll train people to forage for these in the Frostland. Citizens will provide some food during calm weather. So that goes offline, obviously, during that whiteout. The city will approve chemical additives with tested and tolerable risk levels. No. We're not doing that in the building, or we're not doing it in the law. Let's do this. Now, I'm going to go a little wild here. 42 for, 35 against. We've got a few of those Frostlanders on our side. Maybe more than we'll lean into it. So let's see how it goes. Also, I finally enabled the deluxe edition looking podium or whatever. And the whole council chamber. It's changed a little bit. Reflecting our stalwart leniency, I suppose. Let's just vote, see what happens. Yep. 56. Close one. Now, what's food now? Negative 18. Not bad. We're getting closer to finally breaking even. But we're not stockpiling any just yet. Could start to build another district out here. And by the way, are we getting those additional materials? That's not done yet either. Why do you forage? What do you forage from ice and snow? Are they insane? Says Effie Sylvester. Sylvester? Yeah, I guess so. You can forage little bits, I'm sure. I guess. I'm just wondering, should I build this district now or not? We don't really have the workforce for it, and I don't feel like turning other things off. We do have a lot of materials, so I guess we could wind this one down, perhaps. Save on heat. Only making 60 materials. Sure. That gives us enough workforce to at least build it and then decide if we want to go with it or not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is that what we want to do? I would only be able to expand just once to get that bit. So either way, it's going to be 2 districts. I suppose there's no harm in having it that way, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then try to expand them to border each other. Part of me thinks more frost breaking, maybe. We've got a lot of heat stamps. Let's frost break it so I can get a better idea of how this is going to work. Let's be 3 there. Little bundle. Alright, let's do something like that. How's that housing? Oh yeah, we could build that housing actually while we're waiting. Alright, so I've looked at this for quite a while. I think I know what I'm going to do. So this hasn't actually been expanded yet. So I'm just going to expand this one. 1, 2, 3, out that way. And then the next build can go here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there we go. So that gets a double heat bonus as well. That way they should feed off of each other quite nicely. Alright, cool. Just trying to keep an eye on different things. We're nearly at the point of the Biowaste hothouses, so that'll give us a nice amount of food. It does add more heat demand, though, so that's a bit worrying about the oil situation, I guess. We really do need to think about that. And how are we doing for coal? Okay, we're still okay there. Alright. Anything ready to explore? No, I guess we just have to look at that number up here. I don't have to keep zooming out. But there we go. The Biowaste hothouse is ready to go. So, 400 workforce, 20 extra heat, but you get 70 additional foods. That'll solve our food problem. Does increase disease, though. So we'll throw one in there. Because why the hell not? I probably should have done this one, because this one has the deep fertile soil. It's probably just a district that might end up lasting longer, because we may, you know, maybe potentially destroy that district in the future, but who knows? Could just keep them around. This is also up and running now, but it doesn't need to be. That's just in case, or to get ready for when this one runs out, so We could just wait for that to happen. We've got an event. Loud and clear. The Stalwarts. Steward, the Stalwarts have begun using oil to power a small radio they've attached to their lamps. They claim this will allow them to further ensure the safety of workers and increase efficiency by enabling constant communication. So far, it seems to be working. Managers can report accidents in a heartbeat. Spreadsheets can be updated in real time, and foremen can micromanage to an unprecedented degree. The Stalwarts are overjoyed. Okay, cool. The relations of the Stalwarts have improved after we pledged to defeat the Frost. Yeah, they're loving it. Wow, they're super happy with us now. We could maybe look at bringing in those extra people, because it says it'll only slightly upset them.
Is safe for consumption. Consult your local scout office.
What else can you do? Not much. Although I'm reluctant to change their minds on anything. I want this to spread. I want rallies across our entire city. I don't like the Pilgrim. Well, I don't mind the Pilgrims, actually. They have some decent ideas, but I'm happy just to keep the Frostlanders happy. The New Londoners are a little bit pissed now. How's that extra housing district looking? Yeah, it's in there. Now we've got plus 44 housing, so we could just turn that off now. While we've got the money and resources, we've got good prefabs and good heat stamps. Let's expand this one. But I don't think we need it that badly. This place isn't going to be suffering any heat until, like, the whiteout hits or those temperature... Hey, just noticed it. There it is. So it's not here. It's way further down. I just noticed that now, so that's good. So we have this massive temperature drop, and then boom, whiteout hits. Okay, it'll drop by 60? Holy crap. Actually, I'm going to go all the way out here. Just in a line out here. Because I'm not going to get that benefit, and going here won't give us any kind of snaking benefit anyway. If we go in a line, there might be something in the future, but nothing right now. Alright, that's been a massive relief to see that the whiteout is super far away. We can really start to think about how we can stockpile some coal and stuff. By the way, we need to get another idea. The generator upgrades are something that we could definitely do. 100 heat stamps. Workers who do not meet their quotas must stay after their shifts to perform machinery and infrastructure maintenance. Production efficiency is increased and materials demand is decreased. It's only 8 weeks. 50 heat stamps. This one says material demand is significantly decreased. Well, excuse me, we've actually got, again, a really good surplus of materials. So a slight decrease is good. Production efficiency is even better. So let's go with this. 8 weeks. Right, I think we're out to the gorge now, right? We are indeed. Let's check it out. Number 1, Winterhome Bridge. I vaguely remember this from the first game. It's where you get your first automaton, I think. Remains of the old bridge leading to Winterhome. An ominous sign hangs from the nearest side. Only death lies beyond. Whether it was left by would-be jokers or superstitious scouts is unclear. Alright, nothing else there. Can we actually see it? No. What a disappointment. Alright, what about this one? A weather station. This outpost once predicted temperature drops for Winterhome. The peak is visible for miles around. The ideal place for a beacon to help travelers reach New London. Build a sky trail or trailer skyway. 10 teams are needed to build it. What do we get though? Oh, it increases population growth. Interesting. Well, yeah, why not connect it? Oh, right, we only have to connect it over to the existing trail. Perfect. Love it. Let's go right there, then. It only takes 1 week. Now, what's our population growth right now? 85. It's actually going up pretty quickly. Our population is rising steadily. Well, we'll connect them in. We've got 15 teams available again. We should keep exploring, although when these 10 are done, that'll be 25, so we can go to more exotic places, I guess. Right, there we go. Connected. Oh, whoa, sorry. That's a consistent requirement. I see. I'm being a bit silly. Well, I did say... Did we put in that building? Oh, yeah, we did. 15 teams. Well, was there another place that did 10? I think this valley only required 10, and the mountains requires 20. Let's do this valley then. 10. Have we unlocked anything else yet? No. Just making sure. Alright, cool. All good. How are you guys doing for your coal? You are getting close to running out, but you haven't run out yet. Now, to supply those guys, we need to turn this on. This requires 10 people, though. So if we don't have that at any one time, that's okay. We can still just do the transfer of resources, because New London has 50,000. So I'll just send over 5. So I'll just keep them going for a while. And remember, we do also have a coal deposit here with 142,000 in it, 157 weeks, potentially. This rally's been going on for so long. I mean, they have 19%. You think that they would have spread by now, but they still haven't. And when that population ticks up, we have the housing ready, but we just haven't kept up with oil yet. That's the one thing I'm neglecting. A beacon of hope. Incoming whiteout. Steward, our guards have encountered a group of frozen, terrified outsiders at the edge of the city. They speak of stories spreading amongst the destitute groups scraping by in the frozen wastes, that our improved generator can ensure safety for all, that here people can have a future. It seems New London has become a beacon of hope in the face of incoming whiteout. There will be more people coming. Population growth increases, laws regulating outsiders' influx has been unlocked, and population growth is extremely increased. Oh my. Population is soaring. Bring him in. We do have positive food now again. And we could add more hothouses if we feel like we can handle the heat demand. Certainly we have the workforce. Certainly we could add them in and then turn them off if we don't need them. So let's do another one here. In fact, let's do another one right here then. 2 in the same place. 162. This place will be disease central. Actually, yeah, actually, hang on. Do we get that back if I cancel it? Destroy it. Just give me everything back, hopefully. Oh, I don't think we get anything back. 60 and 30. What was it to build? Okay, we lose a little bit. I've changed my mind because if it is disease central, I'll have to let it be. Can I just not dismantle? Destroy? I don't think we can. I think it has to complete before it can be destroyed. I'm going to build it here instead. The reason being so that we can put a hospital or something in one of these places if it becomes really bad. Although I don't think disease is localized like that. 2,808 people have just joined us. We're at a negative for housing. We could turn on that housing now. 20 heat demand. Wow, I'm surprised with that, actually. I thought with the amount of boosting we were giving ourselves would be okay. We're still lacking 3, actually. Wow. Could do another housing district or expand this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's squalor. 4, 5, 6. I might back off from this area just for a little bit then. We do have other areas that we could tap into to get similar kind of boni. 1, 2, 3. Or we could just expand this one. Probably a safer thing to do. 1, 2, 3. Expand. You can expand as well. If we wanted to. We just have to frost break a little bit. Certainly for only lacking 3, I think a little expansion is okay. But yeah, let's prepare this area a bit more. I'm just going to frost break the crap out of it. It's fully frost broken inside there, so we can kind of do something with it. But there's a lot of squalor in the region. Right, am I forgetting anything massively important? There is a new law available. Outsiders, the common rules. Population growth is increased if we accept everybody, admit none, or allow productive outsiders. Percentage of active workers will slightly increase over time. Population growth is marginally increased, and heat stamps income per capita is marginally increased. That sounds great, right? It's all positives, but you just know you're going to get events with problems with that kind of thing. Although most people are for it. Kind of. It's an interesting one. I could just throw it to the floor and see what happens without promising anything. There's not much else we can really vote on right now that we haven't already chosen something for. No common rules is the only thing we have for outsiders. Everything else has something. So, okay. Let's just throw it to the floor, see what happens. Kinda hope it doesn't pass, to be honest. Well, there it is. Right now, only the productive may come in. New law regarding outsiders takes effect. Alright, we're just after unlocking more stuff on the Frostland. The Fortitude Valley. Rowett Expedition Possible Settlement. The abandoned base welcomes us with the Fortitude sign. The roof is collapsed on a lab where scientists studied the cause of the frost. But the training halls remain intact, along with the equipment used in attempts to contact other generator cities. We could take all the preserved supplies back to New London, or we could leave them, making reactivating the base less costly. Bring everything in usable condition, so we take the cores and the prefabs, or we leave it here, fire up the radio tower, and better equip our scouts for what lies ahead. We may construct an outpost here to assist our exploration. Yes. So exploration cost is decreased if we connect the trails. Let's connect the trails. The hell is that? Oh, you can just connect to that. Okay. Well, that's not actually connected to an existing trail of mine. There's another trail point there. No, we don't have to do that. We should just go out this way then. Just get it back to the city somehow. It's right there. Alright, let's do that. That's 100 heat stamps, 20 prefabs, 10 teams. It's going to take 4 weeks for the 4 waypoints. Now, we still have other stuff though. Dreamer's Mine. An outpost here could increase our supply by 200 materials for the 2.4 million materials that's here. Wow. An ironworks sits at the surface of this mine. Its walls covered with designs for wagons and transports. A smaller glassworks once fabricated fragile scientific instruments. Few tools remain after years of scavenging, but there's still iron at the very bottom of the shaft. Okay, well we can get to that later. Wow, this is a good area, right? So we'll just connect this one over to this trail. Boom. Materials coming in then, if we have the teams to supply it. Ah, we're done out in the graveyard as well. Let's check this out. What? It's the same thing. An outpost here could increase our supply of 200 materials. 2.44 materials. 2.44 million materials. The wreck of a mighty freighter marked with the colors of the old empire. It's the only wreck we see facing away from, and not towards the coast. It seems to have collided with another vessel and partially sunk. But fortunately, enough remains above the surface. That's insane as well. Okay, so this one. The Royal Navy. We located a shipwrecked lodged on its side, encased in a massive block of ice. The HMS Atlanta, barely legible on the aft starboard hull. We were unable to get inside, but we found a jagged hole in the engine room. Or into the engine room. It was full of coal and not much else. The place made our scouts quite uneasy. We noticed that our compasses were behaving erratically in the vicinity of the wreck. Oh, that's so interesting. Why would that be? Probably best not to linger here. Well, we'll come back later for that. There's coal there. Take the coal. 50,000 stockpile, yeah. Man, alright. We've got 15 teams again. Still doing there and there. I might wait for one of these other ones to finish. We'll do some of the ones that are worth 25 then. Cool. Wow. We're after just uncovering a huge amount of the Frostland suddenly.
Take note. A new rule enters into force.
Oh, this can finally be destroyed. So we don't get everything back, but we get most back. Although, saying that, let's just deactivate it. No need to delete it if I'm not putting anything in its place right now. We'll just deactivate it. I'm not looking to burn more. Although I am looking to stockpile food, actually thinking about it. Okay then. I'm so indecisive. We're building another one over there. And I'm surprised that disease isn't coming up. Oh, it is growing now. Yeah. It's expected. Also don't like that crime is growing. That's another problem. What the hell just happened? Materials just went down a huge amount. Is that because of this? It only takes 40 heat. I must have built something that just suddenly took in... Oh, no. We ran out of this place. That's fine. That's all good. So just leave it deactivated then, which is fine. We can activate this one now. Boom. Now we're positive again. Good. Just as long as I understood what was happening there. These guys could actually increase. They're now losing 44 oil, though. Yeah. just about to get that new thing done, the unproductive do maintenance, which is going to give us way more workforce. By the way, we have loads. Want to give me even more money again? 27 weeks before they'll do that. I'm just trying to think what we should do next. Goods are actually in the negative, only very slightly. We have a stockpile that will last us 92 weeks. More frost breaking, I think. Infinite material deposit there. More housing, I guess, maybe. Yeah, sure, okay. I'll tell you what. We should totally be doing that over here. By the way, have they grown in population? Do they grow at the same time? Oh, they might actually grow here too. I don't know if that's the case or not, but yeah, let's frost break. Get down to that valley. If we have heat stamps and prefabs, we should get it ready. We'd like to get down towards the oil as well in future, just to have that ready. In fact, we really need that, thinking about it. The unproductive do maintenance. A new law proposed by the stalwarts. Oh, it gives us access to a law. That makes sense. Oh, we could try past that as well then. Next up. Hubs. Rail hub. Or, looking at crime, I'm thinking, where did we see the watchtowers? There we are. So surveillance watchtowers, patrol watchtowers, or standard watchtowers. Gotta go with the... oh, actually... So watchtower outfitted with the state-of-the-art equipment to monitor citizens and ensure order. Order! 12 guard squads output. It takes heat. Crime is slightly decreased. So 100 workforce. This is 200 workforce, but crime is the same thing. So more workforce, but no heat requirement. I'm going with that one. Pilgrims can win out on their version of crime reduction, I guess. New law for 7 weeks, but then we'll try to pass that to get the workforce. Good thing, though, because we don't really need it right now anyway. Have a lot of workforce. Now I put something in this place. Some building could go here, maybe. I'll tell you what could go here. If we destroy this district... So this is one I'm really intrigued by, the rail hub. Rail hubs can be built in between districts that boost the efficiency of them. So it says efficiency in neighboring extraction, industrial, and food districts. That would be perfect to put right in this like crevice here. You'd boost this one, this one, this one, and this one. And then similarly, these two food districts. Tile right there. Boom, boom. Probably, if you really wanted, you could do one there. So, rail hubs, liking the look of those. That's what I was looking at in between episodes thinking, yes, definitely. Ready to explore the Howling Shore. Sorry, there must be something I missed. Where was that? Oh yeah, it's up in the north. Totally forgot about that. It's like the first one we looked at. A cursed circle. Nomads. Some nomads have left a circle of strange machines around a single charred body. Forget hope is carved into each machine, some of which contain useful cores. Our scouts claim the parts are cursed and should be left where they lie. Take the cursed cores. Trust falls slightly. Take the cores. All these superstitious nonsense. What do we have here? Mossy caves. Oh yes. Our scouts insist the lichen and moss from these caves tastes fine. It's okay in soup. At least better than sawdust. An outpost here could increase our supply by 60 food until the 77,000 is depleted. So it's not that much. But it's not bad. I'll take it. 5 teams, 60 extra food. Boom. That was actually a really good find. What do we have left now? 25 teams exactamundo. This is dangerous. This is not. This is dangerous as well. Interesting. I thought we got rid of all the dangerous threat level, but I guess not. Cursed Valley. Campfire suggests people. Do we need people? Probably not right now. What would be really interesting in the game is if that whiteout hits and you didn't get these people, they died. You know? You wouldn't have known that, you know? Let's go to this one, the High Pass. A passage here will allow us to pass through the mountains. Prefabs and cores. kind of want to just find straight up heat stamps, but I don't think you can find that. The meadow and the mountains. Coal. Again, people. Alright, we'll just go mountains then. Or sorry, the high pass, I mean. That gives us materials. Yeah, we can't do that yet. Alright, high pass. Let's go. God, I'm just really enjoying this game. I think this is just so cool. I'm flabbergasted that our rally hasn't spread yet. Been doing everything I can to make them as happy as possible. I want even more workforce. That's why I'm leaving some workforce, just so you know. It's because I'm worried that the bottom's going to fall out from under us. We're going to lose that 6%, which could mean thousands. I don't know what 6% of 21,000 is, but it's definitely more than a few hundred. So I'm kind of like keeping myself a buffer, although at the same time it's like, oh, you should probably have people working all the time. But also heat is draining. Justice has no scabbard. Stalwarts. Stewart, the Stalwarts have upgraded the automatons to respond to a specific frequency on their radios. They've equipped the beasts with searchlights and speakers and mounted them patrolling the city to maintain order. The pilgrims believe this is absurd. Someone stole a bread roll yesterday and they nearly leveled the entire district, lumbering after them on one of those metal wretches. One cried. However, the numbers favor the Stalwarts. Crime has dropped considerably. What should we do? Automaton patrols will occasionally increase wear in districts, but unlocks the Mobilize Automaton Enforcer. Enforces stalwart action. Crime is decreased. Or ban the patrols. I don't know, man. I don't know. So the automatons respond to calls, but people are driving them. It's not like they're doing it on their own. So people mount them, patrolling the city to maintain order. It just seems like a road I don't want to go down. Even though I need to lower crime, and that would help. But I'm going to say no. I'm just going to say no. Unchecked power will only yield further crime. Yes, indeed. That's exactly how I feel. It's just something not right about it. So, no. It decreases the fervor of the Stalwarts. Well, they didn't have any anyway, so.
Outsiders.
Crime won today. Oh, damn.
To maintain your residency rights, you must remain productive at all times.
20 people have been registered as sick because disease is minor. Yeah. Can't do much about that. Hey, our housing has gone up though because of that expansion, which is nice. Might be time to get more housing soon. Am I forgetting anything? Probably. I'm sure I'm forgetting things all over the place. Kind of want to increase the relations with these guys. The new Londoners. Honorable Steward. This district's also going to run out soon. This one's on the unlimited deposit though, so we'll definitely keep that there. Also, let's do some frost breaking out around this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just so I can expand these districts, or that one in particular, if I need to. How are we doing? 51% for the patrolling watchtowers. That'll lower our crime, right? That's our solution to crime. Just need to get that done before anything really bad happens. Or I'll speed up time a bit. Actually, as soon as I did, we've unlocked something. What is it? The IEC Valley. Windward Moor. Freezing winds. Buffet this part of the valley. I've never heard that word being used that way. Following our oldest maps, our scouts found a generator construction site buried under the snow, but little of use remains. The area contains some resource deposits, but they're too inaccessible to benefit New London. This place is too barren to benefit us. Maybe something will change. Alright, and then an air hangar. A possible settlement. This huge mine and smelting apparatus provided the steel used to construct the nearby generators on behalf of the Imperial Exploration Company, the IEC. A crew of thousands once lived within and below the machine, only a small fraction of whom made it to New London. The captain sent a crew with cores here to establish an outpost. There's no sign of the crew, but the cores remain, along with many salvageable components. We can take it all back to New London or finally restart the smelter, restart the machine. It'll create an outpost here to generate materials. Oh, 4 cores though. I don't know. I've got 5. Still haven't used them for anything. Restart the machine. Oh my god. That's a total of 7 million materials out in the Frostland that we can go connect trails to. I'm not connecting it right now. So that's 1, 2, and then 3. There's a lot for us to go grab should we need it. Ah. Now that we've connected up our Fortitude Valley, it's lowered this down by either 2 or maybe 7. 7 would be a lot if it did. Anyway, I'd have to look at one of those. This was 25. Yeah, it's lowered it by 2. That's really not that many. But I guess that scale, maybe over time, it might be a benefit to us. Because right now, we could just turn that off, and we get 10 back. So it's kind of like, I don't know if I need that. It's a 10% decrease. Okay. Got 22 teams right now, so let's continue out to the Cursed Valley. Safe, apparently, despite its name. The Serpentine Gorge is a hallmark of anyone approaching New London, promising a safe return home. North of it, there should be an abandoned coal mine. Figure it out. Can we mobilize more enforcers? 21 weeks to go. We're stockpiling food rather nicely. Oh, by the way, this is at the end of the episode here, but I want to mention this. We do have stockpile hubs available. For some reason, and I know this to be a fact, when I clicked that, this menu opened. And then later I did click it in the episode and I just missed it. So I do see that now. It is there, and we do kind of need that. Probably for food. Probably a little bit of all of them. It's 100 workforce each. Let's get started with, there's no real harm putting this in. I guess we're spending unnecessary heat stamps right now, so I suppose I still need to be careful about that. What just happened, by the way? Oh yeah, the council. The vote on maintenance duty. So passing that idea meant that this had to be floored immediately, which is interesting. I do want this to go through. But it's not super important, so materials demand is slightly decreased, production efficiency is increased. Let's just let them vote for it, see if they can figure it out themselves. I've been very blasé in this episode, just being like, yeah, you guys sort it out. I trust you'll vote for the right thing. Oh. Oh.
Has been rejected.
Damn, we lost it by 2 votes. All right. How's our population? It's soaring right now. Next growth, 44%. That's going to be our downfall if it grows that fast. And then also the oil that I haven't tended to. So we still have to research and construct the generator surplus injectors. We'll do that after this. Actually, I kind of want to get the rail hub, but then after that we can do it. And I think we've got the cores that are probably needed to build it. I assume it takes cores. But we're getting to the end of our barrels of oil here. Nothing lost. The Biowaste hothouse. Stuart, our Biowaste hothouse has begun cooperating with people who forage for food additives in the Frostland. Oh, that's cool. Little joint, you know, the law that we have active and the building that we chose to go with. That's kind of cool. On top of their regular duties, they provide it with leaves, animal carcasses, and feces in order to enrich its compost. This, no doubt, will increase our food output. Boop. Brilliant. Great. I mean, hell yeah. That's awesome. How much was it do? I would have to check what it was doing before, but now a Biowaste hothouse is doing 112. Oh, actually, I suppose it tells me in here. The tooltips are pretty good, right? Actually, there's a star on it. Do we see why? It just says plus 30 from efficiency bonuses. Maybe that's why. From the Biowaste hothouses, 70 each. And then an additional 30 from efficiency. Cool. Love it. Synergy. Yeah, now we're making nearly 400 food, and it's just going straight into the bank. It'll be filled in 9 weeks. Okay, so that's actually an indication of, yeah, you do want to build maybe that stockpile, huh? So, it adds 50,000. What do we have now? 50,000, so it doubles it. Okay. Oh. My god. I did not know this. I thought this goes into a district. That's what it did in the beta. In the beta, you build one of these and it goes into a district, just like a building. But this is a proximity effect. We get a negative 10% workforce requirement. God, now it makes so much sense why people in the comments were saying build more buildings. Well, I guess we're doing fine, but man, I wish I knew that. That's really good. So, in demanding industrial districts, 10% workforce reduction there. Oh, dude, we're getting rid of that central district like nobody's business. And then a heating bonus as well. You supply it with 25 materials, and you get extra heat. Oh my god. What's going on? Oh my god, it's going to be all about hubs in the next episode. We're hubbing the crap. It barely takes anything. Just some materials. Look how much materials we have in surplus. It's great. And it's only 100 workforce. Oh my god. Oh, this is going to be great. Alright, we're going to leave it there. I'm going to kind of, again, pause time and have a look around at where we want to place all these in and make a note of that. We're also just about to get our watchtowers. We'll be placing them in too. They're buildings, definitely, right? They go inside districts, so we'll think about that. Alright guys, that's going to have to be it for this episode. Things are going well. I'm very lucky that the whiteout didn't hit us here, but we might experience it the next episode or maybe right beforehand, before the end of it. But that's going to be it for this episode. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.